What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Signature Sip, and I'm super excited because I have a rock star in the making here at Signature Realty, Carey Diec, right?
No, it's not.
Pronounce your last name.
Diec.
There you go. That's tough. It's a tough last name to pronounce. You should switch it to your husband's last name.
I should.
Diaz.
Yeah, I should. Too much paperwork for two
Exactly.
letters.
So first of all, I want to thank you for obviously taking time out of your very busy schedule. Like, you got a lot going on.
Yes. No, of course. Thank you. It's
Like-
an honor to be here.
Like, you have a full-time job, a very demanding full-time job, right?
Yeah.
You do very well, which is what? What do you do? Like,
I'm
at
a
that
VP
job?
of sales for a company. It's a top global packaging company in the industry, and my job is to grow sales there and manage a whole sales team.
And how long have you been there for?
I've been in the industry 12 years, but at this company only 2 years.
Gotcha.
So,
And obviously you and I have had lots of sidebars regarding, how well you do there, which is super, super demanding and at the same time exciting.
Yeah.
And then you're a mom, full-time mom, right?
Yes.
How many kids you have? 17?
2. Just 2.
Two kids. How old are they?
12 and 10.
Names?
Ayana and Jadian.
12 and 10?
You should know their names by now, Mike.
Yeah,
Stop.
no, they're getting, you could even pronounce my daughter's name before. 12 and 10, wow.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I know. They keep me busy.
Is it
But
easier?
It's easier now because they're older,
Yeah.
right? It's like a different type of hard. It's not hard like when they're babies.
I can't wait for my kids to be 12 and 10.
I know.
They're almost there.
Yeah, they're almost there. Yeah, they're almost there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got full-time job,
Full-time
demanding.
job. Yeah.
You have, and when I say demanding, how many people are under you that?
We have a team of 10.
Okay.
So
And you guys are doing like big numbers.
Yeah, $1 billion sales. I'm dealing with multiple departments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm traveling overseas because we have to also vet out different factories and suppliers. So, yeah, it's a lot.
So I know you travel a lot.
Yeah.
Like in the last 2 months, how many times have you traveled for work?
So this summer, not much, but during the year, I've already traveled 6 times.
Wow.
For
Okay.
work.
And
Yeah.
where do you go? Like, I know you went to, what was it, San Diego? No,
it was
San Diego?
California. We go to China. We go to Vietnam. We go to Brazil. We go to India. It really just
wow.
depends. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it depends on like what audits that we're doing.
And typically, how long are you there for? Like, when you went to Brazil and like Vietnam?
So sometimes I'm there for a week. Sometimes they have me in and out, like a couple days.
Wow.
It really depends. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. Because we just go there to do what we have to do. Yeah. And come back.
And then and obviously you're a wife, and you're a real estate agent.
Yes! This wasn't always the plan.
Yeah. So you've been with us since January of this year.
Yes, that's when I got my license.
And you kind of hit the ground running. I mean, you've done 11 transactions since January. And so
The goal was just one. That was the goal.
know.
Okay, I'm going to do one, you know?
So 11 transactions. So, I
yeah.
mean, for a full-time agent, brand new full-time agent, that's already difficult to do 11 transactions.
Yeah.
And you're 7 months in, right? So you're not even done with the year. You're probably going to end up somewhere in like the number 16, 17. So that means you're exceeding, industry expectations, right? And if I were to compare you to a full-time agent that's been in the business for 4 or 5 years, you're probably already surpassing them as far as units and volume, which is incredible, by the way. And I've always told you this, right?
Yes,
And you downplay. You're like, oh my God, I could be doing so much more. And I'm
And
I'm like, Carey, you're doing great. You really are. Like, you're doing fantastic.
But do you remember when I first came here and I was like, Mike, I don't think I can do this. This is so hard.
I know. I think we were right there in that room.
Yes.
And you were getting a little.
Yeah.
You were getting emotional about it.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like,
absolutely.
I think
It's
you're getting
hard.
hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And you've done incredible since then. And
you.
even prior to that, I just think that that's who you are. You're just, you're very organized. You're very structured.
Yes. 100%.
And you have very high expectations of yourself, which is great. You are your biggest fan. And I can truly appreciate that.
Thank you.
Tremendously. So what made you get into real estate? Because you don't have to get into real estate. Like you do well for yourself. You are without saying what you're making out there in your full-time job, you are doing well. You're in the top, I would say probably 2% in the population as far as like income goes. And you have a family, you have kids, you're married. What drove you to do real estate?
So I don't talk about this often, but I think, what really drove me was, doing corporate sales is great, right? I've been doing it for a really long time, but I've always felt like it's not fulfilling. You know, it's like a different type of fulfillment, and I kind of always felt like something was missing. And like, I'm just like the kind of type that like, I like to operate outside of like my comfort zone. And, you know, I've been doing it for so long where I was like, okay, like what's next? Like, what else can I do? And, you know, being that we own our own investment properties, you know, like my husband and I, you know, is what really drove me. I was like, okay, maybe this is the next thing that I can do. Never planned on really getting into it, you know, that deep, like, you know, helping buyers and sellers the way I'm doing now was really for my own, but it's evolved into something so much more. You know, so.
How many investment properties you have? You got one in Toms River, right?
We have one in Toms River, and then we have two in Long Branch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are great locations, right?
Yeah.
Down to shore.
Yeah.
What made you purchase those three?
I mean, we're beach people. We love being down the shore, and it was just the right time, you know? So.
Are you Airbnb-ing all three or just?
So the Toms River one is Airbnb, and then the two Long Branches are long-term.
Gotcha.
The long-term rentals.
Yeah. Awesome. You know, why Signature?
You know, I really wanted to be a part of a company that valued, you know, growth, hustle, and like collaboration. And I think what really drove me to Signature was working, you know, with Peter Moriello. I have to give him a shout out. Yeah. You know, I was a buyer and a seller, and I'm very, very difficult.
You sold your Kenilworth
right? House. Yep, we lived in Rosa Park. He helped me sold there. And, you know, just working with him has just been like a great experience before. But then like I also saw that he has so many resources that other brokerages didn't have. So I used to work a lot with Berkshire Hathaway. And then I also saw that he had like a strong team, you know, behind him, and that was really important to me.
Yeah, and you also, I think you had some interaction with Ileani, because Pete.
She's my neighbor.
Yeah, Pete.
On the shore
and this is the cool thing about, you know,
it's a small world.
About Signature Realty is that, you know, you mentioned about resources and stuff like that, but everybody's so eager and willing to collaborate. So Pete Mariello, who's an agent here, one of our top agents, then introduced you to another top agent, Ileani Longi, who's our broker manager in Westfield, because she owns an Airbnb property in Pelican Island and Toms River. And I think you were just, I think it was prior to you purchasing Toms River or right around the same time.
Yes.
You know, and I think that you picked her brain about, you know, short-term rentals, Airbnb and 100%. Stuff like that.
Yep. And then even like Melissa Gonzalez, I remember not even being a realtor, like she was all over Instagram.
Melly G.
Yeah. Oh my God, love her. And it was really inspiring to see her story too. Yeah.
And that's what I love. I truly love our brokerage because of that. Yeah. You know, agents are so willing to collaborate. Like nobody comes from a standpoint where they think they own a client. It's like, hey, if I can provide you value by introducing you to somebody else in my company that can obviously guide you in the right direction, especially in whatever niche that you're working in real estate, which is short-term rentals. Why not? You know, and that's exactly what Ileani and Pete did, or rather Pete and Ileani did. Now you're a real estate agent.
I know.
Yeah. So crazy. How do you find time? Because there's a lot of agents out there in your shoes, especially, you know, the industry is dominated by women, which I love.
For sure.
Right. I don't know the statistics, but I'm probably in New Jersey, probably over 70%.
Yeah.
You know, and most women are in the same boat as you, same position, meaning like they have a full-time job. They're a mom, they're married, right?
Yes.
And now they're doing this, and you're not like kind of doing this part-time.
I feel full-time.
Yeah.
Like this is not part-time.
Yeah. You're doing this in between. In between moments that you have from work and kids and your husband.
Yes.
So how do you balance all of that?
You know, so it's funny because people always ask me this, and I don't have any work-life balance. That's honestly the truth. I mean, I think for me, it's always been about like alignment, right? Like whatever I do, I'm 100% in. So when I'm at work here or in my office, that's what I'm focused on and that's what I'm doing. And then when I'm home, I really try to be present as well with my kids, you know? So it's really just being all in and at the moment, like what you're doing. But then I've also built like different rapport systems that really help me, you know, even though I'm part-time, as you say, I have a full-time coordinator and assistant now. You know, she works 40 hours a week for me. She helps me with all my contracts. She helps me with scheduling.
So you're buying back time to free that up so you can spend more time with your family.
Correct.
More time
with
also
buyers
in front of clients.
Clients doing appointments. Right?
Yeah. So you're more focused, which is this is why I love you, because you're very structured and you come from a background where you already understand this, right? Yeah. You're focused exactly. You're focused on the money generating activities.
Correct.
Right. And you're delegating the tasks that, you know, like, hey, this takes too long. You know, my time is not worth it. Right. It's not valuable. Like I could pay somebody $8 to $15 an hour to handle this.
Exactly.
While I can focus on the activities that are going to generate me money, which is being at appointments, being at a listing appointment, showing houses to buyers. right? And I guess prospecting to a certain degree. I know, and I want to just touch base more on like the work-life balance. Like, how do you turn it off when you are home?
Because, I don't.
Yeah, but you have to. Like,
no, if I really don't. It's really bad.
No, that's not true because you just went on vacation.
No, but I worked the whole time. Yeah. The whole time, every deal was going wrong in real estate, by the way. Yeah. And, you know, I was the one dealing with it. Like, it was constant. So everybody waited until I went away to have something go wrong.
But you weren't working you weren't working 8 hours a day handling fires, right? You turned it off at some point with your kids. Like, if your kids looked at you and say, "Hey, mommy,"
hey, like, go in the pool. Yeah, for sure.
You were spending time with them. So
I mean, I think I'm really disciplined in that way. Right. So I think me being disciplined, like, okay, you know what, this is my time to stop. You know, typically when I get home, I'm really with the kids for the first few hours. When they wind down and go to bed, I go back onto work.
All right. So you're present when it's necessary, when it's required.
Yes.
You know, and with your husband, how do you keep that spark alive? Because you're working. I mean, you're probably working.
He's working a lot too.
Yeah.
I know.
So what does he do?
I know. He works in the stock market, and then he also, you know, owns a couple businesses. But no, I mean, we have like this 2-2-2 rule. It's like every 2 years we go away together alone, you know, and then every 2 weeks we have dinner together alone.
Ooh, keep going. So wait. This is great. I know. So every 2 years you guys go on a fancy vacation together.
Together, right? Alone. So like our last one, we went to Dubai alone. Yeah. Right. Without no kids, no nothing. Every 2 weeks, we always make it a point. All right, this is a day that we're going to go out to dinner together, and we're going to spend time.
So you have a date night.
We have a date night every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Is it just like dinner, or is it like dinner, movies, like whatever you guys want? I guess
he plans it. I can't plan any more things.
He's the planner. Okay.
Yeah, he's the planner.
And then what's the other two?
Since we're so busy, it's crazy. Like, you know, people think like, you know, you guys live together, you probably talk all the time. Well, like, we don't. You know, I mean, every 2 weeks on top of us hanging out together, we also try to do like mini getaways together, like
like a staycation.
Yeah, like a staycation.
I like a staycation.
Yes, alone.
Like alone. Wildwood, Atlantic City.
Yeah, exactly. Long Branch, we'll go down there. Exactly. Yeah.
So you do that with the family, or just him and you and him?
Him and I. Yeah.
Okay.
Him and I. So that's important, right?
So wait, that's every you said
2 weeks as well. So like the two.
All right. So every 4 weeks, you guys are doing two things. Yeah. Right. You're going date night and you're going on a little staycation. So staycation's what, 24 hours, 48 hours? Is that 1 day, 2 day? What is that?
Like for the weekend.
All right. Like, and who stays with the kids?
My in-laws.
Oh, okay.
They're
awesome.
amazing.
Shout out to the in-laws. Right?
I know. And even my parents. I mean, my kids are with my parents right now in Florida for the whole month.
No way.
Yes. In June, my in-laws took them to Disney for 3 weeks.
You're like, here you go. Yeah. You go to camp grandma.
But that's the support that you need. I can't do that without the support. Yeah. You know, that's so important.
Yeah, they're so built, like parents are built differently than us, right?
No,
They did all of that,
but
right?
They did nothing.
You're right. They didn't enjoy, that's
nothing,
right. They didn't
Yeah.
enjoy their lives the same way I think most millennials are enjoying their lives now. Like, I think 100%. Millennials today live a more fruitful life. Like, they take advantage, and that's because obviously if you have the supporting, a support system like your parents, right? And if you're lucky enough to have your parents and your in-laws alive, that's great. Shout out to the in-laws and the parents. Yeah. I have to work on that because like my wife would tell you, like, I have a hard time going anywhere. In-laws.
I've met them.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah. You met my father-in-law.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time going anywhere without my kids. Like, I almost feel guilty, and I have to stop doing that.
You have to.
Yeah, because it's like, like if I'm at the beach, I'm like, oh, my kids will love this.
They will love this. I know.
Yeah, so
I know,
I have 100%. to. I also have to live life for me as well.
Because you know what? I think as husband and wife, we're so like in the routine. We're like, okay, we got to work. We got bills to pay. Yeah. It's like you lose that spark. Yeah. You know what I mean? It becomes about the kids and not really about you. Yeah,
and then it becomes a habit, right? So speaking of habits, why don't we dive a little bit deeper in terms of your strategies and habits when it comes to real estate, and also how do you plan out your day, like work, right? Your career outside of real estate, and then your real estate activities. Like how does that look like for you? Like is that something you plan in the morning? I doubt it, right? But is that in the morning? Is that the day before? Because real estate is very demanding.
It's very demanding.
You may not have anything tomorrow, and then all of a sudden
everything pops up. Yes. I mean, I try to plan my days the night before, so I'm really big on that. Like the night before I go to bed, I kind of make a list of everything I have to accomplish the next day. What's the most urgent? What do I have to tackle first thing in the morning? Obviously being that I am full time and I have a sales team and I have a lot on my plate on my other job, I kind of start to tackle that first. You know what I mean? Like that's like.
So give me like an example of what some of those things are like.
Yeah.
let's say you have a busy day tomorrow and you're sitting down in your living room or your kitchen table planning out for tomorrow. What would be like top 2, top 3 priorities for you for the day as the real estate, as your real estate business?
As in real estate, I mean, I try to prospect a lot still.
Yeah.
Funny, like that's something that I still try to do. Yeah. So I try to at least get in like 2 hours of like cold calling still.
That's awesome. Money,
yes.
Income generating, right?
Yes, I do try to do like, I do the expires, and I've actually done really well with them.
Yeah.
Even the for sale by owners, like, we just got under contract yesterday for an expired.
Yeah.
That I called back in February and they weren't interested. And then she finally gave me a chance and we went exclusive, and now we're under contract already in a week.
Yeah.
So I try to still do the cold calling.
So you have a CRM system that you're using, right?
Yes. So
which one? FUB?
Yes, FUB.
FUB.
Yeah. You put me on that.
Yeah. Follow Boss is great. There's so many systems out there, but I just think that, FUB is a perfect blend of just the right ingredients for what you need, but not too complicated, because there's some systems out there that you almost have to spend a couple of thousands of dollars figuring it out. Right. So FUB is easy enough.
It's easy enough. Yeah. That you can
to manage. Right. And very simple. And, I just feel like if the systems are too complicated, then,
then you're not going to use it.
It's just going to make your life hard. It's not worth it.
Right.
So FUB, shout out to Follow Up Boss. They've created a great platform.
And then Zillow Flex. That's, I go through all my, buyers that I'm working with.
That's right. So Flex. You are on our Zillow Flex program, right? Yeah. So Signature Realty is one out of 36 brokerages in the tri-state area that is a partner in the New Jersey market with Zillow. So in most cases, let's say in our market area, Union County, Morris County, Somerset County, Bergen County, Hudson, and Middlesex County, as well as Monmouth and Warren and Hunter, right? We're in so many counties, I forget.
Yeah.
But in most cases, if the consumer is on Zillow looking at properties and they see a property that they like and they want to schedule an appointment, in many cases where that consumer is going to be connected to a signature Zillow Flex agent, which are part of the program.
Yeah.
What has that done for you as far as your career? Like, from a runway standpoint.
Yeah. I think it's helped me a lot with building confidence. You know what I mean? Like now I know exactly what to ask the buyers. I know how to vet them out. I know exactly who are the serious ones and who are the ones like I need to nurture. And it's helped me grow my business. I wouldn't have been able to do 11 transactions without Zillow Flex.
Yeah. How many of them came from Zillow Flex, if you mind me asking?
7 of them.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
everything else was
a little
like,
over 70%.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Great. Yeah.
And I think you and I had that conversation early on. Hey, jump on it, because it's going to, especially for you, and for anybody listening, right? If you have a full-time job and you want to shorten the runway between getting connected to a warm individual customer that's looking to purchase very soon, when I say soon, in the next month to 6 months, jumping onto a lead platform that your company offers is something that, in my opinion, is game changer. Absolutely. Right. And unfortunately, most brokerages don't offer it, because like I said, we're one of 36 brokerages in the tri-state area that's part of this program, right? That's New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and PA. Yeah. So to have that to offer to our agents, especially an agent like yourself who, you're highly efficient and effective with your time, I think it's a game changer, because it really cuts away the nuances of, having to cold call 4 or 5 hours a day, or prospecting 4 or 5 hours a day. Yeah. Right. And sometimes it's great to have something like this, a platform to fall back on, where you could like turn it on and you know what? And 1 week you can be connected to 3-4 buyers or even some sellers.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're on Zillow Flex. You're taking full advantage of that.
Yeah. No, it's been great. Op City.
Op City as well. Right. That's one of our other platforms.
Yeah. Closed one on Op City. So
right. Shout out to Lisa Jordan.
She's great.
Done a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else, as far as like tools, strategies, what else do you have going on?
To be honest, I think in real estate, it really just comes down to, in like the follow-up. I think success is, 1%, talent, and 99% in the follow-up. I'm really good at the follow-up. I think that's what makes me, able to keep all these clients. It's just following up constantly, like top of mind. Because I do that right now in my career, where constantly having to follow up. 100 no's gets you that one yes eventually.
So say that again, 1% what?
1%. It's like success is 1% talent and 99% in the follow-up.
I love that.
Yeah.
And
I believe in that. I
think where a lot of agents fall short is in following up, in the cadence, in the frequency, right? Like every agent, and it's not just agents, right? I think a lot of people in sales, they're always after the low-hanging fruit, right? Because that's easy, right? It's right there.
It's right there. Right.
But what happens when you know, you think it's a low hanging fruit. You have a conversation, you vet this person. It's like, hey, I'm looking to buy, but not right now.
Right.
Rates are high, you know, market's high. Give me a call in like 6 months to a year. And I think that a lot of what we do is follow up, right? Why? So when you're following up, what are you doing? You're building a relationship, right? Of course,
you're building rapport.
You're nurturing, you're building rapport.
Yes.
Right. And the agent that does the best job at building rapport is the one that's going to stay top of mind.
Always.
And I think that's where your background in sales has really helped you in real estate, because you understood this very early on in real estate because of what you already do.
Correct.
And I think you are great at building rapport and staying top of mind, right? Yeah. And that's why I think you probably are in the top 1% as far as like brand new agents, right? If I had to guess, if I had to put you there in the spectrum, right? You are, but you're 0.01%. Yeah. Because as far as a part-time agent, with the amount of time you have or limited, I mean, I've been doing this for 21 years. I've been in leadership here at Signature Realty since 2020. I've spoken to hundreds of agents. I've recruited hundreds of agents.
Right.
I can't give you another name of another agent that has done exactly what you've done. You know, maybe Melissa.
Right
behind
you.
Right behind you when she was a teacher, but she didn't do 11 transactions in her first, 6-7 months in the business. I think she did 12, 13 the first year. So, I mean, that's incredible. And, you deserve a huge
But
applause.
I lost 3. I was supposed to have 14.
Don't do that. See, this is what structured people do. Like, oh my God,
no,
I lost 3.
No, I beat myself up. I think about it all
happy.
night.
They're not happy with the fact that they've done 11 transactions. To a testament, you beat yourself hard because, and that's why you're great at what you're doing, because you're like 11, like we've had this conversation. I'm not good enough. It's like, I'm not, but that's what drives you, right? This is what motivates you.
Yes.
You keep pushing.
Yeah.
Right. You keep pushing the envelope. And I think that's what great people do in every industry, whether it's sports, whether it's in sales, whether it's in the tech world, all the great innovators, all the great operators, right? Because that's what you are, an operator. All the great operators, they push themselves. Like, okay, I did 20. Well, that's not good enough. I could do 40. Okay, I did 40. That's not good enough. I could do 60.
Yes.
Right? And keep that up, because that's the right mindset.
Yeah.
Right? You're not complacent. Like, you're just not going to be that. You're not going to be that person. You're going to get to 30. I know in a couple of years you'll get to 30, 40, and you're going to be like, this is not good enough. Yeah. Right?
Well, I feel like I'm not good enough. Like, I'm always like, oh God, I could do better.
But that's why there's room for improvement, because you can do better, right?
100%.
And and the people that have a different mindset, the opposite mindset, they never improve, because they think that, well, this is the best. This is all. This is what I want. This is all I could do. You know, and you're the opposite. Like, no, this is not good enough.
Like, what else
keep
can
pushing.
I do? Yep, exactly.
Yeah. There's a break in my system and my processes. Where can I improve? Right. Where's the break? Where's the gap in my systems? Where am I falling short in my process?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Thank you.
So, what's your goal, like, in the next 3-5 years, like, in general, not just about real estate, but in your personal life? Like, what is the goal? Like, because why are we doing this? Like, why are you doing
I know.
this?
I mean, I definitely want to acquire more properties. Right. I mean, I definitely want to try to see if I can get a commercial property, so that's number one. But I think in real estate also, I think I want to start working more with sellers. I've been working with a lot of buyers. I'm trying to get comfortable, so I think sellers would be totally out of my comfort zone. Yeah. So, I mean, let's see.
And you'll buy a lot of time, because let's just face it, I think
I'm running around like crazy.
Yeah. Working with buyers is more time consuming.
Yes.
And harder to manage than it is to work with a seller. Typically, an agent is going to spend 20% less time with a seller, actually 50% less time with a seller than they are with a buyer. Right. So that's where you want to evolve, right?
Yes.
So you want to go from a buyer's agent
to more listings.
Probably 80% listing agent.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. We'll see.
Yeah. Do you have a game plan for that yet, or?
No, I have to sit down with you so we can figure this out.
There you go. That's the right answer. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what else? More properties, right? So you're killing it in the short term and long.
In the short term, in the long term. Yeah.
I heard you have the highest grossing Airbnb property, like in Tom's River. That's the rumor.
Because it's a party house. That's what it is. Everybody wants
and you're
to
not
rent
even
it for
on
a party.
the water.
No, I'm not even on the water. I'm like
you're doing more in revenue than with somebody else that we know that's on the water. How are you able to do that?
You know what it is? Well, because I have a lot of entertainment. So like we have a 2-car garage and we've transformed it into like an arcade room.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a garage now, right? There's like a pool table. There's all
there's
these
compensating
games.
factors for not being on the water. Like you have a pool.
Yeah, I have a pool. I have a really big backyard. So
Yeah.
we put in a swim spa there. You know, we put it in like the above ground pool. Like we did a lot to make it entertaining for people. Lots of bedrooms. It was originally only 4 bedrooms. We made a 5th bedroom.
Yeah.
So, and then each bedroom has 2 queen beds. So you're talking about lots of beds, lots of people, you know. So people just rent it, just party really.
Yeah. So that's your, from an investor standpoint, you want to keep growing that portfolio of Airbnb. And what do you like for Tom's River, for example?
Yeah.
What are you netting at the end of the year? Because you gave me a number the other day, and I was like, wow. And I know the numbers, but I want to hear you say it.
150,000.
150,000. So that is over $10,000 a month. I mean, you're talking about all expenses paid.
All expenses
You're putting
paid.
$150,000, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure
we
you're putting
rent in
some
the winter.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you're putting some money away for working capital. Now,
Of course, there's a lot of expenses.
here's the crazy part, right? And I know it's not easy because it's a revolving door. You have people coming in and out, right? So from a logistics standpoint, it's not easy, and you're doing it. So I know that becomes a little bit of an obstacle. But how many units you need to own in order for you to generate roughly about $12,000 in net cash flow a month?
Yeah.
Like, what would that look like if the average unit right now, let's say you're buying it at 600,000, putting 25% down, right? Let's say the average unit, right? So a 2-family, that's 2 units. The average unit is netting you roughly about $500 a month.
Right.
Right. That's on average.
Right.
So 2 units, that's 1,000. That means you have the equivalent of like 20 plus units in one Airbnb.
I didn't think about it like that.
So 3 Airbnbs that hit similar revenue numbers like Tom's River, right, is equivalent to 60 units. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Because from a capital standpoint, right, you don't have to put much money down.
No.
Like if you were to buy a 60-unit building, you got to put, you're going to have to bring in over $1 million.
Absolutely.
To buy 3 single-family properties down to shore, and you've already tested a model. You have 3 of them already.
Yeah.
You know, let's say the average down payment is $125,000, $150,000, call it that.
Yeah.
Right? For $450,000, you're doing the equivalent to a 6. I mean, you could retire on that money. That's retire. That's better than pensions. That's better than a pension plus a Social Security plus an annuity. I mean, that's more than if your money was working for you right now. If you have $2 million working in the stock market at an average of 8%, that's better than that.
Yeah. Right.
So kudos to you and your husband for figuring out that.
I mean, we thought that we were gonna get into it and just break even. Like, let's just rent it out and kind of pay the mortgage.
And just have it on as an asset game, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. But now we can't even use it because it's constantly.
Yeah. You don't want to take away the revenue that you're already making.
No. If I'm down there, it's not making money. So I don't want to be down there.
Yeah.
You know, winter's rented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fascinating part about the Airbnb game and the short-term rental game is that you get paid before the tenant goes in there, right?
No, we get paid after.
No, but I'm saying the money's already in escrow.
Yes. Right?
It's
already there. Yes,
like if you're renting out an apartment, there's nothing. Money's not parked anywhere.
100%.
You know, and then you get a check and maybe it bounces, maybe it doesn't.
Right.
So I'm just saying from a risk standpoint, there's less risk in short term than there is with long term. Obviously, there's other risks, right?
Of course, there's always
higher turnover of tenants. But I mean, there's ways of mitigating.
Tear on the house.
Yeah, there's ways of mitigating that risk, right?
Right.
You know, renting it out, you have to be over 25. You know, there's the price point per day. You know, if you're charging $500 to $600 a day, you kind of filter out the people that shouldn't be renting out, that are party animals.
Well, it's crazy because we charge $1,200 a night. And people, they'll still.
That's amazing.
You know why? Because the house can fit like 18 people.
Yeah, so
everybody split it 100. You know,
yeah, so if you have a big family,
a night,
if you have a huge
for them.
family,
yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so we try to raise the price to try to get the best crowd, but still, yeah,
that's amazing. All right, I think we covered a lot. There's a lot to unpack in this pod, right?
Yeah.
You know, family of 2.
Yeah.
You know, you and your husband very successful. Both of you guys have careers. You guys are not just doing. You're not just focused on your careers. You're focused on real estate. You know, and you guys are really on the right path of financial freedom. That's the way I look at it, right? So kudos to you guys.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
You know, so
Mikey.
Before we leave next year, can we get to 20 transactions in real estate?
I think with the help of this brokerage, yes, I can do it. I mean, my success it's always been, I really give it to you guys. I mean, you guys have really, really helped me a lot. So I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you for all of the support. Yeah.
So, I mean, my message to anybody out there that has a full-time job and you're looking to do real estate on the side, part-time, and really take it serious and dive in a little bit in the investment world, you know, let's sit down and have a conversation. Let's see how we can duplicate another Carey.
Oh my God.
It's going to take some special ingredients. But if you like this episode, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, enjoy, guys.